What's going on, guys? Keen here, and we're in another city for a vlog series. Today we're in Meißen. It's a city that's only 30 minutes away from where I live by train. So you can see it has a very beautiful skyline in the old city. And this city is particularly known for being a very famous porcelain manufacturer in the medieval ages, and perhaps still to this date. I'm not sure. I think they have a museum about it, but we'll find out. And so far, I've just crossed the bridge from the old city, and now this is from the new city to the old city. And you can see there's kind of a market street. So I'm gonna try to go there and see where I can get information. All right, guys, so we're here in one of the main squares of the city. You can even see there's a full-blown grand piano just in the middle of the square, which people can play. And that's quite amazing. And yeah, so I'm heading now to one of the main attractions of the city, which is a big castle. I kind of have to pick between that or the porcelain museum, since they're on opposite sides of the city, and I think they'll be closing soon. So I was recommended by the very nice worker. Her name was Elsa at the tourist center, who actually also was in Canada just a week ago, that I should go there. It's the best recommendation she had. So I'm gonna go in that direction. And actually, it was the first thing that you saw in this video, that big kind of castle with the cathedral. That's right, guys. So I'm on the way climbing up the hill, because it's on a hill, the castle. And there's this interesting intermission area along the stairs, which you see just there. And I wanted to quickly highlight, although this is kind of common knowledge, it's interesting to see, since of course this was a medieval kind of castle village areas. They basically would protect it, and you can see the window here is essentially carved in a way so that somebody with an arrow or a gun can essentially have a full range of motion, because of essentially the way that it's cut out. It can allow them to rotate, but shooting from the exterior, it's a much harder target to hit than the person who's inside here, essentially being able to rotate in 180 degrees. So that's something I wanted to highlight that I saw. That's quite interesting, but I'm gonna keep on going up. All right, guys, so I'm now in the cathedral, and it's interesting. Usually they're free to enter, but this one had an entrance fee. But I guess the special kind of privileges that comes with the entrance fee is that you can climb up into the second floor. So I'll actually show you guys a better angle from here. You can see this is the front of the church, or the cathedral rather. I don't actually think it's a church, not a cathedral. You have the organ there with the bench. That's like the pilum, I guess, where the service happens. But then it even continues all the way over there. And then on the other side, of course, you have where everybody sits. This one is interesting though, because you'll notice that they only have literally a single row of seats in the center. So this church actually has quite a low capacity for its size, given that there's just not a lot of seats, only one row down one column down the entire center of the church. But apart from that, I'm gonna keep on going through. I think I can even go a bit higher. So yeah, that's all for now. And so I want to quickly show you guys, this is the path that I have to take to get up there. So unfortunately there isn't any higher level, but it definitely brings me back memories from my time in France, because I did enter quite a few cathedrals that had similar spiral and narrow staircases. So I definitely do find this interesting. When I was up there referring to the two different kind of pills or places where the ceremonies occur, this is the main one with the seating. And then you enter this gate, and then you have a secondary one, which seems to be for the members of the elite, and it's completely blocked off by this wall from the others. So I'm not sure if this one is just meant for smaller ceremonies, or if it's literally only meant for like the high-ranking officials, which is kind of silly, because everybody should be at the same level in the church. But yeah, it's the first time I see such a phenomenon. All right, guys, so I'm now in the cellars of the cathedral, that is to say, underground in the exhibit. And you can see one of the rudimentary devices that were used in order to move the rocks that made this church. So you can first of all see the pulleys, which are used to manipulate essentially the length to make it easier to pull. And then here you have a type of clip scissors thing where they engrave some holes in the rock. You can see there's a divot in the rock, and then that clips into there, and then when you pull it up, it kind of automatically grips from both sides and lifts the rock up. And yeah, it's the same thing that you can see in the picture here from 1485. And then you can even see there, they have literally like a handle or like a steering wheel that they just turn in order to lift up the rock. All right, guys, so I just exited the cafeteria and I'm taking a break to eat some snacks. But as you can see, that's a cathedral there. But here you have the Albrechtsberg Castle, which is the oldest castle in Germany, according to the sign. Just up there, 1471. And you can see it must have been renovated because it has a very clean and beautiful white facade. But yeah, I just looked in the outside and kind of went into the entrance, but I won't be going inside because it's one of those iPad tours. I did a similar thing in Paris, in essentially the building that was used to house Marie Antoinette before execution, and it's basically an iPad, so the room is empty, but it's a virtual tour through the iPad. But it's not that exciting of a thing for me to do. I prefer to see what was actually there, but that's not the case. So I'm just taking a break, appreciating the building. You can see once again it's quite beautiful, but I'm not going to be going inside. So here I am, guys, right now at this very nice viewpoint. So that's actually the new city on the other side of the Elbe River. In fact, that's the bridge I crossed to get into this side of the city. And one thing you can notice in particular are the vineyards here along this hill. In fact, these are the northernmost vineyards in all of Europe, which is quite incredible. This region is known for its wine growing nature, and it's the northernmost place in all of Europe where wine is grown, and that's quite amazing. All right, guys, this is really cool. I'm in another church right now, and it's like the kids' room. You can see like the drawings there, and there's a harpsichord. I'll quickly play one note because I don't think I'm allowed to. That's so cool. I've never seen like a real harpsichord, but look, it's so small. It's like a slanting kind of desk. And yeah, it's a really cool sound, of course. And yeah, that's amazing because back when people like Mozart were composing music, they would often play their pieces on harpsichord, not a piano. Right, guys, so like I mentioned at the beginning of the vlog, Meißen is very well known as being one of the world-class porcelain manufacturers of the entire world, like one of the highest quality or whatever. And check out, of course, the surroundings. I'm inside the museum right now, the gift shop, and you have prices easily ranging in the thousands of euros, 90,500 euros for that, and I saw up to like 60,000 euros for a big vase. I'll show you like one more thing quickly. That's made of porcelain. This one is for 30,000 euros. So you can see it's like a bride there. And once more, there's the price. There's also some other materials that they're using, it seems, because that doesn't look like to be porcelain, or at least it's a different color. And yeah, if there's anything else that's super interesting, I'll show you guys, but it's incredible to see the price of these because they're all handmade. So I think I found the most expensive display in the entire gift shop. This thing right here with a cost of 680,000 euros. I'm not sure if that was visible. And yeah, it's quite extravagant. These are literally the things that you see in museums. Of course, in museums, there's not a price tag, but here instead you can actually buy what should belong in it. All right, guys, so this is probably the second most expensive thing, but it's even more impressive than the last one. It's called Flock of Birds. It's 550,000 euros. It's 2.4 by 5.4 meters, and there's 72 different birds on it. And you can see it just here, behind me, and with all the different tiles. It's made of porcelain, so this is not a painting. And just look at that, it's incredible. And like, I don't know, I think this is one of the most well-known pieces in the museum, and I think that's for a very specific reason. It's quite... So guys, it keeps on getting better. I can't believe I missed this. But here in front of me, or now behind me, you have the tallest or the biggest freestanding porcelain structure in the world. The largest freestanding porcelain sculpture in the world. And it's basically called Saxony's Statue of Liberty. So it was made for the 20th anniversary of German reunification. It's supposed to show like the freedom that was gained and the fact that it was peaceful. And it's incredible. There are, how many? I think there are 8,000, yes, of these tiny flowers that you see here, but also on the dress that adorn the entire sculpture. And it's incredible that it's that big. And of course, this one has no price because I don't think that you can put a price on it.